Hey guys! Welcome back to Easy Recaps. Today I will show you an action, comedy, and crime film from 2020 titled Spree. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. This movie revolves around a young man who hankers for attention. He is constantly on his smartphone, streaming live on the internet and attempting to build an internet following. Is this someone you know? It's supposed to, after all. Kurt Kunkel represents the typical millennial who is self-obsessed, vapid, and obsessed with trying to feed his hungry ego. Kurt, pushed over the edge by his arrogance and ego, uses his current job as a spree carpooling driver while broadcasting live his own show #The Lesson from all the possible angles in his car. His latest edition promises to be his best show yet, as he carries out his plan to feed his insatiable need for followers by abandoning all sense of compassion, decency, and compassion for others, all while causing widespread murderous havoc in a night. Getting bored of screaming into the void, the aspiring celebrity devises a hazy plan dubbed The Lesson. Kurt, an ambitious young YouTuber, also works as a spree driver. The completely made-up Spree is an Uber-like carpooling app. And his scheme for media exposure involves dashboard cameras that catches passengers' bloody plights in real time. Will stand-up comic and YouTube sensation Jessie Adams survive to be the last girl? The audience follows Kurt in chronological order, beginning with his vehicle preparation and instruction videos and ending with his ride victims. Even with Kurt's prior lack of success in gaining followers, he tries to present well and maintains a pretty boy smile throughout, demonstrating what otherwise would appear to be a normal persona and disarming demeanor. That's a terrifying thought in a world where kids grow up wanting to be YouTubers and influencers. It isn't always easy to create high-quality content, Kurt goes on to say at one point. He is correct. Bobby has more followers than Kurt, so Kurt wishes to live with Bobby, but he continues to refuse. He says, "Don't come live with me," but Kurt is enraged. He departs, and Kurt is later depicted as a street driver. He transports customers to their desired location. Kurt has been working in social media for almost 10 years. He hasn't had any notable success yet. This worries him, and he notices that Bobby is successful and has a large following, whereas I do not. His followers do not respond to his post. Kurt uploaded a video after a few days. He claims that if people like, share, or comment on his post, he would become famous. In the following scene, Kurt begins his task. He introduces himself and shows everyone a mineral water bottle he has placed in the back seat. After that, he goes to see his mother. When he needs to speak to his mother, the YouTube clip was being recorded. His mother summoned him, and when he returned, he was holding a bracelet. He chose to hang the bracelet on the outside of his car. Then a customer arrives, and he needs to go to a park, but when he sees cameras, he wonders what they are. He informs him that I did this for his safety. This customer informs him that he gives speeches in front of 3,000 people. He is currently preparing a speech. Kurt appreciates him after hearing him, and then they just discuss various topics. In the meantime, Kurt begins driving quickly, and the man instructs him to drive slowly. He becomes terrified, and Kurt advises him to drink from a nearby water bottle. He did agree and takes a sip from the bottle. We were afraid the man would pass out, but Kurt had poison inside this water. The man begins coughing and attempts to open the car doors. He died as a direct result of breathing difficulties. Kurt was having a good time watching the man die. And once the man dies, Kurt makes a hand gesture. Then he says, "One man down." We later see him getting ready for the next customer, who happens to be a lady. She loads her belongings into his car. She drinks water from a bottle while trying to argue with her husband in the car. It happens to her as well, and she faints after a short time. Kurt takes this lady's phone and rates his driving 5 stars. In the following scene, Kurt is seen playing inside the car. In the meantime, another boy sits in his car, listening to music. Then Kurt gets a girl request named Jessie, and she wants to ride along with him. When Kurt gets too close to the girl, she cancels her request. A huge percentage of this clip is from Kurt's point of view, and while they are peering through the dash as well as side-mounted cameras in his car, there's still on-screen interactive chat that is displayed throughout. Kurt begins his journey by acknowledging that he will be streaming all cameras and all views to his YouTube channel, Cutsworld96. The style used throughout the huge percentage of this film is a consistent level of realism by direct observation. It is a very unique style for a theatrical film, which is broken up with traditional follow cameras and fixed position camera work. Finally, it feels like a fresh new approach to cinematography and style that complements this type of storytelling. There is no logical arc in this film that provides the viewer with the traditional story, such as showing Kurt's trauma or explaining why he is the way he is, and there is no redemption edge through which he could be saved. There was no struggle, no reason, just bloodshed in its most despicable form, vanity. However, and this is the main thing that most people seem to have forgotten, Kurt is perfectly normal. Spree is an excellent illustration of an overly realistic narrative, which has caused it to be a victim of its success in that regard, ultimately destroying its chances of becoming a great film due to a lack of the basic need to entertain the viewers rather than simply relying on shock factor. Everything else was happening in real time, and viewers were overjoyed. All were making comments and asking Jessie if he really was alive or dead. She slowly emerges from the car, terrified, and sees Kurt. Despite the fact that so many people were watching them, she hits Kurt's face. Jessie photographs Kurt and posts it on social media. Kurt's story went viral, and it was all over the news. Spree achieves an exciting balance of nail-biting suspense and dark humor, devising a devilishly fun and unforgettable horror comedy film that seems to move at an extremely brisk pace and still manages to carry the themes it wishes to convey to the viewers. Spree is an exceedingly entertaining film that serves as a chilling satire on the impact of social media on society and how we are all willing to take part in this time in our history in which self-promotion and brand marketing are desperately sought after by many adults.